Lesson 1. Embrace critical points.
The art of traversing critical points. In the bustling city of Edo, where life moves like a swift river, there lived a young man named John. At 24 years old, he was still trying to find his way in the world. John was a talented and ambitious young man, but he had a habit of rushing headlong into challenges without considering the risks. He often found himself facing difficult situations that could have been avoided if he had taken the time to plan and prepare. One day, after a particularly challenging experience at work, John decided that he needed to seek guidance and wisdom. He heard rumors of a legendary philosopher and samurai, Miyamoto Musashi, who was said to possess great knowledge about overcoming life's hurdles. Determined to change his ways, John set out on a journey to find the elusive master and learn the secrets of traversing critical points. After days of traveling, John finally reached a remote coastal village where Miyamoto Musashi was said to reside. He found the legendary samurai living a simple life, practicing the art of swordsmanship and philosophy. Intrigued and nervous, John approached the wise master and humbly asked for guidance. Miyamoto Musashi looked kindly at the young man and noticed that he seemed restless and impatient, much like Musashi himself had been in his youth. Speaking softly, Musashi said, "To handle tough situations in life and in swordsmanship, you must first know yourself and understand your opponent." He explained to John that being self-aware and knowing your strengths and weaknesses is crucial, just like a sailor needs to know the condition of his ship before sailing. Musashi warned, "Without this knowledge, you'll be like a lost ship, drifting without direction." Next, Musashi taught John about the importance of timing, using a practical example about relationships. Musashi explained that just like catching the right wind at sea or knowing the perfect moment to attack in a battle, timing is crucial in relationships too. "Imagine you have an argument with a friend," Musashi said. "Rushing to confront them when emotions are high might make things worse. But if you wait for the right moment when both of you are calm, you can resolve the issue more effectively." "Timing is everything," Musashi advised, "and rushing blindly into tough situations will only lead to failure." He added, "Once you understand your friend's strengths and have a good grasp of your own abilities in handling conflicts, you can address difficult moments at the best time, just like a sailor navigating through dangerous ocean areas. This is what traversing critical points means in both life and swordsmanship." Throughout their conversations, John absorbed the valuable lessons and insights from Miyamoto Musashi. He learned about patience, preparation, and the importance of observing the world around him. Musashi's teachings provided him with practical solutions to apply in his everyday life. With newfound wisdom, John returned to the city of Edo, ready to face the challenges that lay ahead. He approached his work with a calm and strategic mindset, carefully considering each decision before making a move. He sought to understand the perspectives of others and approached conflicts with a composed and level-headed demeanor.
Lesson 2. Master letting go.
Once upon a time, there was a young guy named John. He was 24 years old and had a lot of troubles in his life. He felt like everything was piling up on him, and he wanted to control everything. But whenever things didn't go as planned, he would get really upset and disappointed. One day, while he was trying to find answers, he came across the teachings of a famous philosopher called Miyamoto Musashi from Japan. Musashi had some really wise things to say. John found Musashi's words very interesting and decided to seek his advice. He hoped that Musashi could help him find solutions to his problems. John approached Miyamoto Musashi with a heavy heart, pouring out his frustrations and expressing his desire to find inner peace and contentment. He explained how he constantly struggled with accepting the reality of his life, often trying to mold it according to his expectations. This relentless pursuit of control left him exhausted and dissatisfied as the world rarely conformed to his desires. John sought guidance on how to overcome this never-ending cycle and find a way to embrace life as it is. Listening attentively, Miyamoto Musashi smiled gently and began to share his wisdom. He introduced John to the first principle of acceptance, the art of letting go. Musashi explained that acceptance involves acknowledging and embracing reality just as it is, without trying to impose our expectations onto it. He emphasized that by accepting things as they are, one can find inner peace and avoid unnecessary suffering. Musashi shared with John a series of practical tips and techniques that could be applied in his daily life to cultivate acceptance. As John sat with Musashi, eager to learn how to cultivate acceptance, Musashi began by explaining the importance of recognizing the drawbacks of imposing expectations onto reality. He emphasized that expectations often lead to disappointment and a constant struggle for control. Instead, Musashi encouraged John to embrace the freedom of letting go of control and accepting things as they are. To help John live in the present moment, Musashi guided him through a mindfulness exercise. He encouraged John to pause and take a few deep breaths, allowing himself to fully experience the sensations of each inhale and exhale. Musashi explained that by bringing attention to the present moment, without judgment or attachment, one can find peace and contentment in the here and now. Musashi also shared a valuable technique with John for transforming setbacks into stepping stones for growth. He asked John to reflect on a recent challenging situation and identify any lessons or opportunities that arose from it. By shifting his perspective and viewing setbacks as valuable learning experiences, John could reframe his mindset and use those experiences as catalysts for personal development. Additionally, Musashi emphasized the power of gratitude in cultivating acceptance. He encouraged John to keep a gratitude journal, where he could write down 3 things he was grateful for each day. By practicing gratitude, John would shift his focus from what he lacked to what he already had, fostering a sense of acceptance and appreciation for the present moment. Throughout their conversations, Musashi reminded John to be patient and compassionate with himself. He emphasized that acceptance is a lifelong practice and that it's natural to encounter challenges along the way. Musashi encouraged John to treat himself with kindness and understanding as he navigated through life's ups and downs, knowing that self-compassion is an integral part of the acceptance journey. By incorporating these practical tips and techniques into his daily life, John gradually learned to cultivate acceptance. He discovered the power of releasing expectations and embracing the present moment, finding freedom and peace in doing so. Through the practice of seeing opportunities and setbacks and expressing gratitude, John transformed his perspective and opened himself up to a life of acceptance, growth, and fulfillment. Now, as John shares his conversations with Musashi and practical instructions in his book, The Power of Acceptance, The Art of Letting Go, start today. Readers can embark on their own journey of acceptance, armed with actionable techniques and a deeper understanding of how to apply them in their everyday lives.
Lesson 3. Learn from mentors.
The Mentor, Miyamoto Musashi's unique solution. Once upon a time, in a small village, lived a young man named John. He was 24 years old and worked diligently at the swordsmithing factory, where he honed his skills under the guidance of an old samurai mentor. The mentor, known as Miyamoto Musashi, had taught John the invaluable lessons of speaking less, doing more, and constantly improving his skills in the art of crafting samurai katanas. 10 years passed, and Miyamoto Musashi retired, leaving John to take up the role of a samurai himself. Despite following his mentor's teachings with unwavering dedication, John faced a puzzling dilemma. While he knew he had become indispensable to the swordsmithing factory, he noticed that less experienced and less skilled individuals were getting promotions, while he remained in the same position with little recognition and pay. Frustrated and seeking guidance, John decided to visit his former mentor, Miyamoto Musashi. He poured his heart out, sharing his perplexity and disappointment over his situation. Miyamoto Musashi, wise and contemplative, listened attentively to John's grievances. After careful consideration, he offered a unique solution. Request a day off, he advised. Use any reason you like. Take a break. At first, John was taken aback by this unconventional suggestion, but the more he pondered, the more it resonated with him. He decided to trust his mentor and promptly asked for a day off from work. Little did he know that this simple act would hold the key to his success. Upon his return to the swordsmithing factory, the manager called him into the office. During John's absence, several problems had arisen, and without his expertise, they remained unsolved. The manager, realizing the true value of John's contributions, promoted him to a senior position as a gesture of gratitude and encouragement. Grateful for his mentor's wisdom, John began to follow this pattern whenever he felt underappreciated. Each time he took a day off, he noticed that upon his return, the situation improved to his satisfaction. This continued for months, leading him to believe he had discovered the secret to success. However, one day, upon arriving at the swordsmithing factory, John was unexpectedly denied entry. To his shock, he discovered that his employment had been terminated. Heartbroken and confused, he sought out Miyamoto Musashi once again, desperate to understand where he went wrong. With a gentle but solemn tone, Miyamoto explained, "You only grasped half the lesson, my young friend. You learned that an always-on oil lamp goes unnoticed, but it's only when it goes off that people realize its importance. However, the second half of the lesson is equally vital. The true key to success," Miyamoto continued, "is to strike a balance. Just as a frequently burning oil lamp will be replaced with a more reliable one, you must find the equilibrium between being taken for granted and being indispensable." Miyamoto's words began to sink in. John realized that he had focused solely on seeking acknowledgement and appreciation, neglecting the importance of consistency and reliability. Life, just like the balance of an oil lamp's illumination, required finding harmony in both giving thanks and not being taken for granted.
Lesson 4. Find peace within.
Once upon a time, in a land where ancient wisdom and the way of the samurai still resonated, lived a young man named John. At 24 years old, he was filled with restlessness and uncertainty, struggling to find inner peace in the chaotic world around him. John's life was a whirlwind of responsibilities, deadlines, and societal pressures. He found himself constantly comparing his achievements to others, which only deepened his sense of inadequacy. His mind was like turbulent water, making it difficult for him to see the beauty and clarity that life had to offer. Feeling lost and disheartened, John knew he had to find a way to calm the storm within. One day, as if guided by fate, John heard whispers of a legendary samurai warrior named Miyamoto Musashi, renowned for his wisdom, compassion, and the ability to find peace even amidst chaos. Intrigued by the tales of Musashi's wisdom, John set out on a journey to find him. After weeks of searching, John's determination led him to a remote mountain village where he encountered the wise Miyamoto Musashi. The samurai saw the restlessness in John's eyes and invited him to sit and share his troubles. With sincerity, John poured out his heart, revealing his struggle to find inner peace and stillness amidst the tumultuous world. Musashi listened attentively, and after a moment of contemplation, he began to impart his teachings to the young man. "John," Musashi began, his eyes gentle yet penetrating, "the key to finding stillness lies not in avoiding the chaos of the world, but in learning to find peace within it." His voice carried a sense of profound wisdom and compassion, like a calming breeze on a warm day. Just like a pond's water reflects the beauty of the sky and trees when it's calm, our minds reflect the true clarity of reality when they are still. John looked into Musashi's eyes, feeling a mix of curiosity and hope stirring within him. "But how can we find peace within the chaos?" he asked, his voice tinged with genuine puzzlement. Musashi smiled, a soft and understanding expression gracing his weathered face. He gestured towards a nearby pond where the ripples caused by a gentle breeze distorted the reflection of the surrounding scenery. "Look at the water," he said. "When the water is disturbed, the reflections become unclear, just like our minds when troubled by the chaos of the world. But if we can learn to still our minds, we can see the beauty and clarity of the world around us, even in the midst of chaos." As Musashi continued to speak, his words carried an air of tranquility, and each sentence seemed to plant seeds of contemplation in John's mind. "To achieve inner peace," he said, "practice stillness and mindfulness every day. Embrace the present moment, no matter how turbulent life may seem. By quieting your mind, you'll uncover the beauty and wisdom that surround you." John took a deep breath, feeling a sense of relief wash over him. Musashi's words resonated deeply, like a guiding light in the darkness of uncertainty. He had been seeking answers to his inner turmoil for so long, and now, in the presence of the wise samurai, he felt a glimmer of hope. With newfound determination, John nodded. "I will try, Master," he said, gratitude lacing his voice. "I'll practice stillness and mindfulness every day. I want to find that inner peace you speak of." Musashi's smile widened, his eyes glowing with encouragement. "Good," he replied. "Remember, it is a journey, and it may not be easy, but with dedication and patience you will find the serenity you seek." Taking Musashi's words to heart, John embarked on a transformative journey. He began meditating daily, focusing on the present moment and letting go of unnecessary comparisons. At first it was challenging, but with determination, John slowly found clarity and tranquility within. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, John's restlessness subsided, replaced by a profound sense of inner calm. He became more centered and serene, finding joy in the simple moments and appreciating the world around him. John's transformation did not go unnoticed. Others noticed the newfound radiance in him and were inspired by his example. He started sharing Musashi's teachings with friends and acquaintances, guiding them on their paths to inner peace and stillness. Years passed, and as fate would have it, Musashi eventually moved to a new place. The young disciple, now a seasoned practitioner of mindfulness and inner stillness, stepped into Musashi's shoes, becoming the new Zen master. He continued teaching, passing on the wisdom of Musashi to a new generation. John's story, like the ancient teachings of Miyamoto Musashi, holds a profound moral. The power of stillness lies not in avoiding the chaos of the world, but in finding peace within it. By practicing mindfulness and cultivating inner serenity, we can navigate the most challenging situations with clarity and wisdom. In doing so, we not only transform ourselves but inspire others to do the same. The story imparts valuable lessons that resonate deeply with our lives. 1. The power of stillness. Instead of running away from the chaos of the world, the story teaches us to find peace within ourselves. Just like a still pond reflects the beauty around it, a calm mind enables us to see the clarity and wisdom amidst life's challenges. 2. Embracing mindfulness. The practice of mindfulness is a powerful tool to quiet the mind and live in the present moment. By being aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can navigate life with greater serenity and appreciation. 3. Letting go of comparisons. Constantly comparing ourselves to others only leads to discontentment and restlessness. The story reminds us to embrace our unique journey and value our own growth, instead of seeking validation from external sources. 4. Inspiring others. Our personal transformation can inspire and positively influence those around us. By sharing our journey of growth and inner peace, we can uplift others to embark on their path towards self-discovery. 5. The wisdom of Miyamoto Musashi. The teachings of Miyamoto Musashi hold timeless wisdom that guides us to find clarity and compassion in the midst of turmoil. His insights inspire us to seek inner stillness as a source of strength. Incorporating these lessons into our lives, we can lead more fulfilling and harmonious journeys, finding beauty and peace within even the most chaotic circumstances.
Lesson 5. Samurai Mindset Strong.
The warrior's mindset requires relentless contemplation of strategy, whether in action or at rest, alone or with others. Miyamoto Musashi. Hey there, warriors. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of samurai warriors and uncovering the powerful mindset that led them to victory. I'm your host, Reza, and this is the Path to Victory, Winning Warrior Mindset. So grab your swords, sharpen your minds, and let's get started. Imagine this. You're in the heat of battle, facing a formidable opponent. Your heart races, adrenaline surges through your veins, and you must make split-second decisions that can mean victory or defeat. How do you handle such intense pressure? Well, that's where the mindset of a samurai warrior comes into play. Now you might be wondering, why should I care about a mindset from centuries ago? Well, here's the thing, my friends. The principles that guided these warriors are just as relevant today as they were back then. Life throws challenges at us left and right, whether it's facing that job interview, overcoming personal setbacks, or even tackling the chaotic world of social media. We all need that warrior mindset to conquer our battles. Picture this. You're at a job interview, vying for that dream position. You've done your research, polished your resume, and practiced your answers. But guess what? So did everyone else. It's a battlefield out there, folks. And what sets you apart? Your mindset. Just like a samurai warrior, you need to relentlessly deliberate on your strategy. Take a step back, assess the situation, and anticipate how you can outshine the competition. Let me share a little secret with you all. I used to struggle with public speaking. The mere thought of standing in front of a crowd sent shivers down my spine. But I realized that in order to grow and succeed, I needed to embrace the mindset of a samurai warrior. So I worked on my weaknesses, seeking guidance from mentors and practicing until my voice became my most potent weapon. And you know what? It worked. Now I confidently address large audiences and inspire others to conquer their fears. Now you might be wondering where all this wisdom comes from. Well, my fellow warriors, it's time to turn to the master himself, Miyamoto Musashi. His book, 5 Rings, is a treasure trove of knowledge about combat strategy and the mindset required for success. It's like having a personal conversation with the greatest samurai of all time. Let's break it down, shall we? Musashi highlights the importance of constantly reflecting on your chosen path, what he refers to as the way. Just like a samurai, we need to stay mindful of our goals, never losing sight of what we want to achieve. And hey, don't be fooled into thinking this only applies to big battles. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or even engaged in a friendly debate, this mindset will serve you well. Musashi also emphasizes the need to be adaptable. Think about it this way. Imagine you're playing a game of chess. Your opponent makes a move you didn't expect. Do you panic and give up? Of course not. You assess the situation, analyze your strengths and weaknesses, and adjust your strategy accordingly. It's the same in life, my friends. Stay nimble, keep learning, and don't let unexpected obstacles knock you off your game. One crucial aspect of the samurai mindset is self-awareness. Understanding your own mind and emotions is key to mastering any battle, whether it's external or internal. Take a moment each day to reflect on your thoughts and actions. Know what makes you tick, recognize your strengths, and acknowledge your weaknesses. By doing so, you'll gain a deeper understanding of yourself and be better equipped to navigate life's challenges. Before we wrap up, let's remember that the path to victory isn't a solitary journey. Just as samurai warriors train together, we too can find strength in our connections. Surround yourself with supportive friends, mentors, and allies who understand your ambitions and push you to be your best. Remember, together we rise. And that's a wrap, warriors. Today we've uncovered the mindset of a samurai warrior, blending ancient wisdom with practical advice for personal growth. Embrace the lessons from Miyamoto Musashi's 5 Rings and forge your own path to victory. Remember, success starts in the mind. Stay determined, stay focused, and I'll catch you in the next battle of life. This is Reza, signing off. Stay warrior strong.